I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about a super weird Game 62 of the regular season. Astros would lose 12-8 against the Boston Red Sox in the weirdest game of the year. I don't think there's any other way to put it. This was the weird one. It was, to this point, just bonkers, really. So, Greinke gets the start. He really struggled tonight. And let's just get going with it, right? Second inning, Yuli gets it started, home run, 1-0 Astros, which means these babies come out. And I gotta say, the Yuli glasses are a lot more fun when you win, because when you win, they're a neat novelty that I get to do. And when you lose, it's kind of like wearing a tie-dye t-shirt at a black tie funeral. Like, it's just, you're out of place. People probably aren't going to say anything to your face, but they are silently judging the crap out of you, and you kind of look ridiculous and like an idiot. Anyway, in the bottom of the second, the Boston Red Sox would get a pair. A Christian Vasquez single, make it 1-1, and a Kike Hernandez bases-loaded walk to make it 2-1. But in the third, Yordan Alvarez, elite defensive player, Yordan Alvarez would double to make it a 3-2 Astros lead. Great. That's wonderful, right? He is fantastic. Yordan Alvarez, man, raking. Then, in the bottom of the third, right after that, Red Sox would tie it up. They'd actually get more than that because J.D. Martinez homer made it 3-3, and another Christian Vasquez RBI, this one was a single, would make it 4-3. Then the fifth happened, and the fifth was insane. Yuli Gurriel, base-loaded walk, makes it 4-4. Great. And then Kyle Tucker, with 2 outs, being clutch Kyle Tucker, best player in Major League Baseball. That's just blatantly incorrect, but we're going to roll with it. I love Kyle Tucker. Doubles with an error to get over to third base. Bases clearing. 3 RBIs. 7-4 Astros. Kyle Tucker, another clutch hit for him. He has just been on fire. It's fantastic to see that. And the Astros take a 7-4 lead. And at this moment in time, according to the Baseball Savant win projector, we had an 84% chance of victory. 84% chance of victory at that moment in time. Bottom half of the inning, Christian Arroyo homers. 3-run shot, 7-7 in the fifth. Insane. Then in the sixth could be an entire video itself, actually. Boy, oh boy, let's just get this started. Jose Altuve would homer in the top half. Sorry, it's really weird to brush my hair aside with these glasses on. I wonder why. Altuve homers, right? He's raked against Boston all year long. 8-7 Astros. Great. We're in business. And then they're part of the sixth start. So immediately Blake Taylor comes in to replace Brandon Bielak. I'm in favor of that. Kike Hernandez double. That's not good. Alex Verdugo grounds out. Great. Moves him over to third, though, because then J.D. Martinez comes up to hit a sac fly. But it's not a sac fly. It's just a weird error because Kyle Tucker, who is the best defensive right fielder in all of baseball, not homerism. You can look at outs above average. You can look at outfielder jump. You can look at DRS. You can look at UZR. He is the best defensive right fielder. Commits a very uncharacteristic error. And this wasn't like one of those weird things of like, well, they ruled it an error, but, it kind of shouldn't have. And this was just a bad play by Kyle Tucker. Allows him to tie it at 8. Bogarts would then walk, a mound visit, try to calm him down. That did not work. Rafael Devers then pops up to Carlos Correa, who just literally moments after a dropped, pop-up, drops another pop-up. But the Astros are kind of saved because instead of bases loaded 2 outs, not that it would have mattered, or bases loaded 1 out, it's second and third 1 out. It was a really weird thing. They called it an infield fly, even though he had to really back up into the outfield. I do not know how you're calling that an infield fly rule. That is horrible. I hate the infield fly rule just in general. Bad rule. So that happens. No runs happen, but, it still moves players up. It's a weird thing. Then another mound visit, and they take out Blake Taylor for an Holy Paredes. And this move I really disagree with on the part of Dusty Baker. I do not like this move whatsoever. It's a tie game, and and you are handing the ball to Anoli Paredes, who this season, not to be mean to Anoli Paredes, because I like Anoli Paredes, right? I have said a lot of nice things about Paredes. And I am a big defender of him. He is a super excitable person. He has not had control at all this year. And for some reason, they bring him into this moment, which is a massive, massive moment. Doesn't have the control. Hits Christian Vasquez. Bases loaded. Not good. Christian Arroyo walks to make it the hit by pitch was with the bases loaded, that made it 9-8. Christian Arroyo walks 10-8, seemingly left with an injury, which is the second time that's happened this year. I'm now not sure if they're doing that with Anoli just to get him out of innings. I think the last time it happened, he wasn't injured. I could be wrong, correct me if I am. But they bring him out, they bring in Brooks Raley, and then the next batter, Bobby Dobach, would double. That made it 12-4, which would be the final score. Kike Hernandez would pop up, and that was it for the long sixth inning that could realistically almost be a video all its own. It was a crazy inning just as it started. And I know what you're thinking. Well, Weston, it probably calmed down after that. Nope, it did not. It got weirder. Bregman strikes out, called a strikeout, which is unusual for Breggy. Yordan with a single, right? Great. Singles off the monster, fantastic. And then, this play. So Yuli hits a ground ball into a double play. That's what it reads as. It starts with this weird foul that he acted like it hit him. I don't know why. I think he thought he could get away with it. He doesn't. Yordan, being a good player, already running, gets to second cleanly. Throws to first. Maybe they have the out there. Maybe they don't. No one really knows at this point. Yordan, who's sitting in between, second and third. Good lead to make sure you're good. Looking around. No one signaled anything. And he starts walking back to first base because he thinks, rightfully so, that it's just foul ball. Then they tag him out at second, and it was really weird. They did not give a good explanation for it. And credit to Dusty Baker, he goes out there and he gets mad for his players. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with Dusty Baker. That's a really good way to put it. I like that Dusty Baker sticks up for his players, and I like his conduct with the players. But I do not like his management style of how he makes the lineups and how he handles the bullpen. As a person, I love Dusty Baker. As a manager, in that respect, I'm not in love with him. If he could, I will continue to say this because, speak it into existence, right? I would love it if he would just delegate Brett Strom to bullpen management, and he just makes the lineups and makes the pinch hit, pinch run, change defender stuff. I would be totally down if they did that. And realistically, that was it. That was the final score. From that moment on, it was just sort of 3 outs here, 3 outs there, 3 outs for this team, 3 outs for the other team for the rest of the way. A crazy game overall, though, for the Astros and Red Sox, where the Red Sox would get the win. The Astros do not get the sweep, which was a bummer. That would have been nice to get it there in Boston. But I'm not mad with this series. I'm not mad with the season series against Boston. 7 games played against them. You go 5-2. I'm not mad. The run differential for the series is insanely in favor of the Astros. They had a couple of blowouts. And this is a really good game. So let's do pitching lines, shall we? Greinke, 3 innings of work, 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and a pair of strikeouts. Real off night for him. Brandon Bielak, also real bad. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout is all. Again, gave up the 3-run shot to Christian Arroyo. Blake Taylor, 2/3 of an inning, he would get the loss and a blown save tonight because reasons. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned though, and a walk with no strikeouts. Anoli Paredes, again, terrible night for him. Did not record an out, 0 hits, 2 runs, hit a batter, walked a pair, no strikeouts. Real rough night for him. Brooks Raley's 1 1/3, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. But again, gave up quite a few runs on the ticket of other guys. And Nivaldo Rodriguez, who, I don't mean this as an insult, I kind of forget is on the team. There are a few pitchers like that. He's one of them. 1 inning of work, no hits, no walks, no runs, and no strikeouts. Offensively, 4 final thoughts. They were pretty decent offensively. Like 8 runs, it should win you games. 8 runs, 10 hits, 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Only 4 men left on all night for the Astros. That should win you games. Like, it really should. This was a winnable game for the Astros, and the pitching, unusually this season, let us down. Altuve was 2 for 5 with the home run. That was fantastic to see out of him. Correa 0 for 3 with a run, but walked twice, so that's pretty decent. Bregman 2 for 5, 2 runs. That's good. Alvarez 2 for 5, or 2 for 3, with a walk. That's really good. Love to see that out of Yordan Alvarez. Yuli had a hit and a pair of RBIs with a pair of runs and a walk. Like to see that out of Yuli Gurriel. Kyle Tucker with the big 3 RBI hit. You like to see that. But this series, by the way, one quick thing that I wanted to mention. Elite tweet from Chandler Rome on Twitter. Astros reporter. Gotta follow him if you don't already. The Red Sox and 6th inning featured 10 batters, 5 runs, 4 unearned runs, 3 walks, 2 doubles, a hit by pitch, 2 dropped pop flies, an infield fly rule that was in the outfield, and a fan that ran on the field. I don't know if it was a streaker. I cannot confirm, but I, in my heart, hope so. But yeah, elite tweet work by Chandler Rome. Man, oh man, this game. Not great overall. But I'm going to say something positive after this series and after a loss, which I don't do that often, right? I rarely do this after losses. I'm happy with how the Astros have done against the Red Sox this season. 5-2 against one of the better teams in the American League. 38-25 Boston. If they are 1 game behind Tampa, right? Only 1 game behind Tampa. And if they take that lead back, they're the 1 seed in all of the American League. They would be leading in our division. They would be leading in the Central. And they're only a game behind Tampa. So this is one of the best teams in Major League Baseball in Boston. You took 2 out of 3 in Boston, which is very, very much enemy territory. If the playoffs started right now, that's where we would play for the wild card spot, which is fantastic. To see that we took 2 out of 3 there. We're not afraid to play there, and our 2 wins were blowouts. Our pitchers aren't afraid to play there, and that was younger pitchers that have pitched there. That was Odorizzi with Javier that pitched well there, and that was Valdez dominating, which is fantastic to see. And overall, if Boston retakes their division, or if we take the division we have to face Boston, we can go into that series as fans confident in the Astros because they did really, really well against Boston in the season series. And really, the Astros have been fantastic against above 500 opponents. I believe they have the best 500 or the best record against opponents over 500. So we underachieve in games. We blow games. We have games where we seemingly play down to our opponent. But we are a good team. This series really helps show that. We went into enemy territory in Boston, and we took 2 out of 3. Even though even though the Yankee series back a while ago, we lost, only took 1 of the 3 games, we battled in that 3rd game that we won. And that's in New York. That is the toughest stadium to play in Major League Baseball in the playoffs. And we were able to take 1 of the 3 there this year, which is fantastic. And that was, I don't care if you say, Weston, that wasn't playoff atmosphere, though. That was just a game in, May? April? Who's to say? I don't care. That was playoff atmosphere. They hate our guts. We hate their guts. It's a back and forth. We're going to try to fight each other. Anyway, I'm very confident with the Astros right now. And this series really just reaffirms that. And even tonight, we held with them for a long time. Right? Up until the weird 6th, we were fighting with them. And even in our loss, we put up 8 runs with it, which is nothing to scoff at. And I just wanted to end this on a positive note, because I feel like I don't do that enough with Astros videos. But that's all that I have for tonight. Tomorrow we will start a series against the Minnesota Twins. That game starts at 8:10 Eastern Standard Time, 7:10 Central. And we will have Jose Urquidy on the mound. So that is all I have to say for tonight. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Astros.